So we're gonna talk about the Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. I actually liked it a little more than I thought I would. I think the main thing I like about it is like the look of it, like the animation style is pretty cool. And like it's cool the first time you see the turtles in the movie, they're like on the rooftop, and they have like the white eyes. They look like they kind of look like the comics a little bit. I wish there was a sequence where like they just totally look like, black and white comics. There is a sequence that's like hand drawn where they kind of look like not like this classic design, but like the cool version of the classic design from back in the day, sort of. And even April like wasn't bad. Like her voice is okay. She's not like that funny, although I think like probably one of the funniest scenes, not necessarily because of her voice, but just because of how it looked, was she starts throwing up because she's like doing the fucking school announcements. She's like, what? It's so funny. Her shit goes viral, and they like rewind it. She's like, what? And then it. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think the worst part, actually, two things. First, like the beginning of the movie, it's basically like Resident Evil 2, where they're trying to Jack Birkin's G virus. And it's like these soldier guys going in, and it's like, here's a message from our leader. And it's this stupid like Dr. Evil sounding bitch. She's like the lamest fucking bad guy, but she's like the one pulling the strings. Pull the strings. I forgot to say that the last time I made that reference. I'm not paying attention to this shit. So yeah, she sucks, but she's not like really in it that much. And then Michelangelo for sure has to be like the worst character. It's just like he doesn't look particularly interesting, and like it wasn't written very funny. Like the movie's kind of funny. It could have been a little more. But he's definitely like the most bland shit. And then like the performance that the kid gives, it's just like Donatello's voice is like really great. He's like the standout, which is cool. He's like the funniest one. And even though it's like a kid doing the voice. Oh, there's Vernon. Hey, April. Let's go out on a date. Oh, comes that bitch Irma. Oh, I wouldn't fuck her with a 10-foot pole. Meanwhile, Irma's a freak. But yeah, his voice is like, it's like I was thinking about it, it's like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, like when he voices Simba, you know it's him, but he's not just doing his regular voice. He's like, doing a little something to it. But like the kid that does Michelangelo, he's just bad.
Job breaking news.
It's like he's half asleep. And like there's other mutants, like basically they kind of cherry pick like the best like mutants from the cartoon and the toys. And like Mondo Gecko's the one of them that's voiced by Paul Rudd, and he's basically kind of like Michelangelo, like how you would think he would be, like the stoner funny guy or whatever. and there's a point where they meet each other, and like all they do is like, I like your vibe, I like your vibe, which is like whatever. But like I thought he was gonna like teach Michelangelo to become that way, I guess, but that never even happens, which is fucking dumb. Whoa. This is pretty cool. I was gonna say I'm kind of a hater of like this game and like that new Double Dragon game because of the way they look. Because they can't ever make it look like it came out in that time era, you know? Ever since that Scott Pilgrim game, I feel like all these games look like that. But I see why people like it. The music seems pretty cool. And then Splinter's really great too. I like Jackie Chan's voice. He's like, when I was a young rat, everyone hated me. Raccoons hated me. All I had was a friend named Kevin, and then I ate him. And he has like this running joke about milking, which I watched it twice. The first time I was like kind of cringing a little bit. I guess because I'm older, I'm like, oh, what if I had a kid and I had to like watch this with them? Even though, you know, I like milking, that's cool. But the second time I watched it, it was a lot funnier. But he's like, the reason he doesn't want the turtles to go out is because he's like, they will milk you. And then later on, there's a point where like they all get like tied up on like almost like tubes, like in the Michael Bay one, and they're getting milked for their blood. You know, just like the other movie. Like I said, there's a couple moments where they stole from that, and after Splinter comes and rescues them, he's like, he takes his glasses off and squints or puts them on, and he's like, does that say milking machine? And they're like, no. It's like, see, I told you. So Splinter was pretty cool. He like wants to find love, and then he ends up like falling in love with a fucked up cockroach. I guess that's the message of the movie, is like, it doesn't matter if it's ugly, I guess. Someone will still love it. Kind of like April. Because like Leonardo's the one that's like super thirsty for her. I remember people on Twitter, when everyone was up in arms about how she looked, they're like, she's a kid, you're not supposed to sexualize her. But then in the movie, like, Leonardo's like, oh, she's so fucking hot. They didn't do the shell hardening, tightening joke or whatever. They didn't go that far. Oh, there's a dive kit. Oh. And then yeah, like with Baxter Stockman, instead of him being the fly, it's like he has a pet fly that turns into Superfly. This Ice Cube, which is, he's like a really cool bad guy. Ugh. Because yeah, basically the turtles like want to get accepted by people, so they like are gonna come up with a plan to stop Superfly, because he's like a known menace in the papers and shit. So April helps them, like, because she's been like on the story the whole time, and she has all these leads with all these other mob bosses that they go fight. And like they interrogate one guy and they get all hyped up about it afterwards, and they start like doing like mobster voices and shit, which is pretty funny. It's weird, the first time I watched the movie I was kind of like cringing, but the second time I watched it I actually enjoyed it more. Like that part especially, it was like kind of stupid at first, and she even says like, oh, people are gonna think you're stupid for doing that shit, and then they keep on doing it. But that basically leads them to like Superfly, and then they have like a meeting drop And that's where you see Bebop, and it's like a close-up of his titties with a nipple ring. uh, and then they all realize that they're mutants, and they're like, oh shit. And so instead of fighting, they go to like a bowling alley and like talk. And that's one of the best parts. Because Ice Cube's like telling the turtles his plan, and he's like, we're gonna make, people our slaves or whatever the fuck. Or make them pets. He wants to turn all the animals into mutants. Whoa, what is that? Damn, he's got an air kick? How did I do that? His voice is stupid. Ice Cube's like, so what are we gonna have the humans do? It's like, okay, what does he say? Oh yeah, maybe we'll have a redhead show. Or big booty races. And I was watching a bootleg so you can hear the audience and they start laughing. Yeah, instead of a dog show, a redhead show. I was like, oh shit, and big booty races. That was the best part. And then Mondo Gecko, Paul Rudd's like, he's got one of the funniest lines because he's like, yeah, I wish we could live with these humans, or these humans, they get the gill. The other mutants don't have as much to do. Like Ray Fillet, he sings. He's like, Ray Fillet. Oh, and they have the alligator. It's like an Australian chick.
Oh man, I just fixed the party wagon. Power out!
Yeah, there's a part where they go into the high school, like where you hear about April's backstory. And Michelangelo goes up to the signboard and he's like, oh, improv classes, I'm gonna do that because I'm good at improv. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? You're like the most boring character in that movie. This is a cool song. Oh, they do the Batman voice joke just like the other movie. At the very beginning when they have the white eyes. Oh. It was funny, like, the scene where they meet April, because, like, they're fucking around on the roof. And they're, like, throwing ninja stars on, Michelangelo's head or whatever. And they accidentally throw a ninja star at April's head. It like sticks in her helmet.
Power out!
Power out. Oh. There's only one attack button. Oh, watch out for the cars. And they got boomerangs. Oh. I thought it was funny that like at first I kind of didn't like that Splinter's like so old, but there's like a funny part where like because they sneak out all the time because he sleeps. And Donatello's like he doesn't have any concept of time. You could tell him it takes 3 hours to go to the store. Oh. Infinite power. Oh, nice. Oh, it doesn't freeze the time. Damn, fucked up mattress. That's pretty gross. Oh yeah, I think there's like an after credits scene where like they tease Shredder, but the bootleg I watched cut off before that, so I couldn't see it. Oh,
That's no temper there, enthusiasm.
oh, cool car.
Say your
Rampage, Relish, and Rhino. Oh. Oh shit.
my boy.
Nice.
Way to go!
Ninja power bar. Let me get a ninja power bar.
Cowabunga! Out of the way, you freak joint.
April looks cool. She's too busy filming that shit. And it's like Mario Brothers.
Mutants over Broadway.
Let me see if I can think of anything else. Okay, here it is on Wikipedia. Mid-credit scene: the Turtles enjoy high school life while the Turtles and April enjoy themselves at prom. They're under surveillance from Ultron. Oh, that's that chick, I guess. Who plans to recapture the Turtles by enlisting the aid of the mysterious Shredder. Sounds whack. But yeah, essentially, like, Superfly, like, he plans to, like, steal all this equipment to make a, like I said, it's the fucking Amazing Spider-Man. They blow out gas and turn people into shit. But then he ends up turning into, like, this, like, all these animals, like, connect to him or whatever, so he's, like, just a big giant monster of other animals, which is weird. And then, like, April, like, hijacks the news and gets on TV and, like, tells people the Turtles are cool, so then, like, everyone starts helping them. And so that's how they kill him. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. I know they're already, like, making a second one, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll be, funnier. But, yeah, I did enjoy it.